Hello students, today my topic is SOP and POS in Boolean algebra. So the objective of today's lecture is that we are going to learn the concept of min terms and max terms, the concept of SOP and POS, deriving SOP or POS from the truth table, how to convert SOP to POS or vice versa, converting Boolean expression to SOP or POS. Now, first of all, we try to understand min terms. It is a product of all the literals with or without the bar within the logic system. With bar means I am taking the variable in complement form. Without the bar means I am not taking the variable in complement form. And there's one property with the min term is that the value of the min term is 1. Now, possible min terms of Boolean expression consisting of two variables x and y are. Now, suppose if I have an expression which consisting of two variables x and y, then these are the four possible terms uh, we can have in the expression, that we can have x complement y complement, we can have x complement dot y, or we can have x dot y complement, or we can have x dot y. So one thing is that when we are talking about the min terms, you can see here that that we should have all the literals, means every term must have all the two variables if it is consisting of two variable expression, and you can see here that they are in a product form. So if we have n variables, then possible min terms are 2 to the power n. Like in this case, if we have a 2 variable, then we have 4 terms. So it means if we are going to have 3 variables, then we are going to have 8 terms. If we have 4 variables, then we are going to have 16 terms, 16 possible terms. Then max terms. It is a sum of all the literals with or without the bar within the logic system. And the property of max term is that the value of the max term is 0. So if the possible max terms of Boolean expression consisting of two variables x and y are, now you can see here that we have all these four terms, and in the term we are having the sum of the literals. Like first one is x complement plus y complement, the second one is x complement plus y. So we can see here that the literals are the terms in which the literals are in the, we have the sum of the literals. So again, in this case, again, we have, if we have n variables, then possible max terms are 2 to the power n. Now, a Boolean expression composed entirely either of min terms or max term is referred to as canonical expression. Canonical means according to order. Means you can have any Boolean expression. Maybe your expression is neither of min term or max term. But suppose if you have a Boolean expression where you have only min terms, or you can have a Boolean expression where we are having only max terms. So now let's see if I have an expression, if I have a Boolean expression which is only of min term, then when a Boolean expression is represented purely as sum of min terms, it is said to be in canonical sum of product form, that is SOP form. For example, you can see that if I have a function which consisting of two literals x and y, and we have an expression here x dot y complement plus x dot y plus x complement dot y. Now you can see here that in this Boolean expression we have three terms, and all the three terms are min term, because you can see that every term is having both the literals x and y. So I can see that my expression is in a SOP form. So sum of min term. So we can find here we have a sum of min term. Now take another example. The function ABC is equals to, and we have a Boolean expression. Now you can see here that in this Boolean expression, we are having 4 terms. Now you have to see all the 4 terms and find out that whether all the terms are in a min-term form or not. Now yes, all the terms are in min-term form, because in all the terms we can find all the 3 variables, and all the variables are in a product form. Now when a Boolean expression is represented purely as product of max term, it is said to be in canonical product of sum, that is POS form. So the examples of POS, if I have a function x and y is equals to, now you can see here that this is a Boolean expression which consisting of 3 terms, and you can identify that all the 3 terms are in max term form, where we can see all the literals as well as the literals are in sum form. Again, this is an example of POS, a function having 3 literals A, B, C. Now you can see here we have 4 terms, and all the 4 terms are in max term form, because we have in all the terms the literals are present, all the 3 literals are present, plus the literals are in a sum form. Now the next thing is how we can derive SOP from the truth table. See here, this is one table. I have an x and y, a function consisting of 2 literals, and my problem says that if the value of x and y both are 0, then my output should be 1. If it is 0 and 1, then my output should be 1. If in the case of 1 and 0, then the output is going to be 0. But if both the variables are having the value 1, then my output should be 1. So according to the requirement, I constructed the truth table. But I do not know the final expression of my problem. So it means from this table, I have to derive the expression. So how we can derive the expression here? See, if I have to derive an SOP expression, then definitely I have to go for a min term. Now you know the property of the min term says that the value of the min term should be 1. So it means in the table we are going to see only those terms where the output is going to be 1. So you can see here that in the first row, in the second row, and in the last row, my output is 1. So I am going to pick only these 3 terms. So it means in the first case, in the first row, you can see that the value of x and y both are 0. So that's why I'm taking the term as x complement dot y complement. So it means in the case of min term, if the literals are having the value 0, then we have to take it in a complement form. Why? Because if we will put the value of x and y in this, then you can see here that we are going to have 0 complement dot 0 complement, means that is equals to 1 dot 1, and it means your value is going to be 1. Then the second term is going to be x complement dot y, because the value x is having the value 0. And then we have a last row, that is x dot y, because both the variables are having the value 1. So now we have identified these 3 min terms. Now how we can write the final expression? The final expression is we have to add all these 3 min terms. So we are going to have x complement dot y complement plus x complement dot y plus xy. So this is the SOP expression. Now you can see that we are having 3 terms, and all the 3 terms are in min term form. But definitely this is not the end, because after getting the SOP expression from the table, then our next job is to minimize. So minimization is not that we are going to discuss in the upcoming lecture, that how we can minimize the expression to the simplest form. Then deriving POS from the truth table. So the next thing is how we can derive POS. Suppose if this is my table and this is the output of my table, that in the case of 0, 0, my output is 1, but in the case of 0, 1, it is 0, 1, 0, it is 1, and 1 is 0. So if from this table, if I have to go for a POS expression, then definitely I have to look for max term. Now, the property of the max term is that its value is 0. So it means in the table, we have to look only those terms where the output is going to be 0. Now see here, the first, we can see here the second row is having a value 0. Now you can see that the second row where the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 1. But here we are not taking x complement, because I want that the x plus y complement should be 0, because the value of max term is 0. So that's why we have to take y as a complement, because if you will put the value of x and y in this x plus y complement, then you can see here that we are going to have 0 plus 1 complement, which is equals to 0 plus 0, which is finally equals to 0. So it means in this case, in the case of POS, if the literal is having a value 1, then we have to take that variable as a complement form. Similarly, in the last row, both the variables are 1, so we have to take it as x complement plus y complement. But since we have to make POS, so we have to take the product of these two terms. So my final expression is going to be x plus y complement dot x complement plus y complement. Now let's see the basic concepts here, that how the shorthand notation of minterms can be written. Okay, now see here, if I have a expression consisting of two literals x and y, then we know that we are going to have four possible terms. One term can be x complement dot y complement, another is x complement dot y, and then we have x dot y complement, and then we have x dot y. See here, the x complement dot y complement, we are writing it as a small m0. It means small m is actually representing the minterm. Why I am writing 0 here? Because you can see if the literal is in its complement form, then its value is taken as 0. So this 0, 0, if you will combine these two values, then it is representing a decimal value 0. If you will combine 0, 1, it is in a binary form. If you will convert this number into a decimal, then it is equals to 1. And 1, 0 is equals to 2, and 1, 1 is equals to 3. So that's why we are using M0, M1, M2, and M3. So these, if I am writing M0, that is equivalent to x complement dot y complement. If I am writing M2 in shortened form, then it is equivalent to x dot y complement. Now there's another way of representation of SOP, that is called cardinal representation, where we are using the numbers. For example, if I have a function x comma y is equals to, now see here, there's a symbol summation. Now this symbol is used for SOP. Now in summation of 1, 2, and 3, now what does it mean? It means that if I have a two variable function, then the four possible values are, you can have 0, you can have 1, you can have 2, and you can have 3. So if my function is saying that I have a function of 1, 2, and 3, so it means that my function is giving me 1 on these three terms. So if you will design the table from this SOP, then you can see that the first row will give you 0, while the rest 1, 2, and 3, in the case of 0, 1, and 1, 0, and 1, 1, you will get the output 1. Why? Because 0, 1 is representing 1, and 1, 0 is representing 2, and 1, 1 is representing 3. So on 1, 2, and 3, your output is going to be 1, while the value which is missing here, where you will get the output 0. So it means if the table is given, you can derive the SOP expression. Or if the SOP expression is given, then you can automatically convert into a table. Then see here the shortened notation of max terms. Now in the case of max term, you can see that the max terms are represented by capital M, and it is same that x plus y complement, and x complement plus y, and then x complement plus y complement. Now in this case, you can see here, if we have an x plus y, both the literals are having the value 0. If it is x plus y complement, it will be taken as 0, 1. Because in this case, in the max term, you know that if the literal are in complement form, then its value is taken as 1. So the cardinal representation of POS is, if I have a function of two literal x and y, then see the symbol here, that the symbol is pi. So if you are seeing any cardinal representation where it is having a pi symbol, then you will automatically comes to know that it is a POS expression. So if I have a function here, pi 1 and 3, it means what? It means that my function is giving me 0 on 1 and 3, while the other two values like 0 and 2 is missing here. So it means on 0 and 2, your function is giving you 1. So if you draw a table from this function, then it is going to be what? It is going to be like this. You can see here, in the case of 0, 0, we are getting 1. In the case of 0, 1, you are getting 0. In the case of 1, 0, you are getting 1. And in the case of 1 and 1, your output is going to be 0. Now the next thing is converting SOP to POS. Now see, suppose I have a function ABC is equals to summation of 1, 3, 4, 6. It means that I have a function consisting of 3 literals. So if you have a function consisting of 3 literals, then there are 8 possible values, which starts from 0 and ends with 7. So it means if this is a function given to you, it means from this function you can identify that the 0 is missing, 2 is missing, 5 is missing, and 7 is missing. So it means on 0, 2, 5, and 7, your output is going to be 0. And that is going to be your POS. So you can see here, we can have a possible values of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But out of these 8 values, there are 4 values which are missing. So those missing values are actually representing your POS. So if you will write the function ABC is equals to pi of 0, 2, 5, and 7. So in this way, we can convert the SOP to POS. As well as if they are giving the function like in a POS form, then you can also easily convert into SOP. Now the next thing is converting Boolean expression to SOP or POS. For example, if I have a function x plus yz, now if I have to convert this x plus yz into SOP or into a POS form. Now see, this function is neither in min-term form or nor in max-term form. So it is not in a canonical expression. It is not a canonical expression, but I need to convert this into a canonical expression into SOP or POS form. So how we can do it? First thing is I am going to make a table. Now if you will draw a table, then the table will go like this. Now you can see that in the final column you are having in 3 rows, you are in the top 3 rows you are having a value 0, and in the bottom 5 rows you are having a value 1. So if you have to write an SOP expression, then you have to see only those terms, only those rows where you are getting the output 1. So we are getting in these 5 rows, we are getting the output 1. So I will take all these 5 terms and my SOP expression is going to be x complement yz plus xy complement z complement plus xy complement z plus xyz complement plus xyz. So if you have to write this into a cardinal form, then its cardinal form is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, if you have to write a POS expression from this table, then you have to look only those rows where your output is going to be 0. So it means these are the 3 rows where your output is going to be 0. So these are the max term, and then we can write our POS expression x plus y plus z dot x plus y plus z complement plus x plus y complement plus z. So if you write in a cardinal form, then it is going to be function x, y, z is equals to pi, 0, 1, and 2. So I hope that this lecture will help you to understand the concept of SOP and POS, as well as you are not now in a position to convert any Boolean expression into a SOP or POS form. Now in the next lecture, we are going to see that how we can minimize our SOP or POS expression through K-map. So